What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Ellie Talks Money. And in today's video, I'm giving you guys an update, all right? Some of you may or may not know that for the last 8 months, I've been living in Senegal, West Africa. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna talk to you about how I've been running my business from an entirely different continent, what I've learned, and what it's been like to be able to do this. So grab your notebook, grab a pen, and let's get into these gems.
Ellie talks money to create the better days. Business, money, life, the Ellie way.
All right, y'all, come on in, get closer, gather round. So we officially moved to Senegal in August of 2023, basically July 31st, really, because that's when we took our flight from Los Angeles all the way to Dakar, Senegal. So you all know that it's myself and our 4 children, and I got married. I'm saying our 4 children, right? But that's because, if you don't know, I got married in December of 2022 to my awesome, chocolate hubby. His nickname is Ibu. He's just so cool, and we all love him. And so when we got married, you all know that I have 4 children from my previous marriage, but my husband Ibu, he has no kids. So these are his 4 bonus kids, if you will. And it's been amazing, right? So fast forward. He lives in Senegal. And what's interesting is that he's always gone to France. That's where his family is. It's never really been an interest of his to come to the US. And that made me realize that there are people living abroad who are living great lives. And, the US is not like a goal destination for them. He was like, I don't know. It seems like it's got a lot going on out there. I've just always gone to Europe. So when I started thinking about, just starting to feel like, do I want to do something different? Do I want to live somewhere different? What could this opportunity, being married to an immigrant, what could this open up for me and my family? And so I had gone to visit Senegal multiple times. You guys know I'm half Senegalese. And after we got married, of course, I was visiting multiple times. And I'm like, what if we just moved here? My business is online. It's a beautiful place. I could teach my children about, their culture. What if we just moved here? And after, deciding, praying about it, we decided to do it. So, I will make sure to do a video on the cost of living, what I had to do to prepare, all the stuff like that. But what I really want to impart on you guys today is how I've been able to still run my business, how you guys still see me. You still see me going live. You still see me posting on social media. You still see me doing YouTube. And mind you, there's an 8-hour time difference from here in Senegal to Los Angeles, where I was, and a 5-hour time difference, from here in the East Coast. So it definitely has been a change, but I can honestly say that, removing myself a little bit from my business in terms of location-wise really allowed me to see how can I make this business still work, even if I am not 100% in it in all the ways, right? And so let's get real. Okay, y'all ready for the real? There were some challenges at the beginning. Like, it was hard. And what was hard about it is I realized when I started my business in 2020, at that moment I was a single parent, freshly divorced. I had a lot to prove. I was very motivated, and I still am motivated, but it was a type of motivation that was like desperation. I have to change my life. I have to get off, welfare. I have to move out of my mom's house, So my fuel has always been, gotta do it, gotta work. And so I've always been active. You guys, when I had my office in LA, 8 a.m., I'm out the house. Kids are at school. I'm on my way to my office, sitting down at my desk, getting it together. I'm driving. I'm out and about. I'm going to events. I'm speaking. Just really actively being a part of my business, which I love. I love meeting you all. I love going and creating my content. I love going to events. And so what was hard at the very beginning of coming here is literally sitting still. I don't have an office here, right? I've created a beautiful work from home office, but I'm at the house. I don't drive here in terms of we have, it's very customary to just have a driver. So it's not me behind the wheel. Everything that I need is pretty local. So even if I did want to go to the store, I could just walk. I'm very fortunate. We have someone that comes and cooks every day. We have a housekeeper. We have a laundry service. So I'm just doing so much less. And I feel like it depressed me, those first few months, I feel like it depressed me. And it was hard for me to come to terms with, why am I feeling sad? Why am I feeling disconnected from my business and from who I am? And through, talking to my parents, talking to my husband, healing, praying about it, I'm in a much better place. But I realized, I think I was, having to unlearn this constantly doing the most, constantly going out, constantly being in my business, constantly outputting. And it made me realize that I was relying so much on my productivity and not enough on systems and automation and my team, right? Not enough on my team. When it was time for me to put more responsibility on the people that work with me, and I love my team so much, I didn't know how to do it because I was so used to just doing it myself. And so when that wasn't happening, I'm like, what is going on? So I really want to be transparent with that, because it is amazing living here. There are so many benefits, but that first period of just shifting from constantly being able to, go out, do things, and etc., and really being an active part of my business, to now shifting to saying, okay, well, how can I just automate things to where maybe I'm working a little bit smarter and not as hard, right? That was a shift. I remember telling my dad in tears, I was like, I just don't feel like myself anymore, And my parents encouraged me by saying, well, maybe this is a new part of yourself that you haven't been able to see or feel in so long, because of the fact that you've always been on 10. And it's true, even in my previous marriage, I was the only one working. I've always just been the go-getter. Gotta provide. And it's so different now, where I can really sit back and not necessarily have to be on go, gotta provide, that I think it was kind of like my system was like, what's going on? How come we don't have something to do? So, I'm really glad that I've shifted out of it. Now, when I'm working and showing up in my business, I'm comfortable doing it at home. I'm comfortable realizing that, hey, sometimes you're gonna sit at your desk for only 3 hours a day, but you're gonna be able to get things done because now you can be more organized. And so, I want you guys to understand from this that even in your own businesses, as you're working, recognize that sometimes being busy doesn't necessarily mean being productive. Right? I was busy, and yes, I was productive, but now I'm realizing I can set aside 3 to 4 hours and get the same amount done that I used to stay at my office from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. to do, just because I'm in my office, I'm got all my stuff around me. And so it really has made me see, wow, I really can make this business fit more of the life that I want, versus making my life fit around my business, which is what I truly believe I was doing before. Staying out till 9 in terms of at my office. I don't really see the kids when they go to bed. It was a lot on my nanny at the time. And here, the kids get home at 3:30. Sometimes I walk to pick them up from school. And at first, at the beginning, that stressed me so much, because I'm like, it's only 3:30. I should be working until 8 p.m. But now it's like, okay, Ellie, let's go ahead and, get your breakfast, aim to get everything done by 3 or 2 o'clock, so that by the time the kids get home, you can be present and know that you still got your stuff done. So, I really encourage you guys. Of course, you're probably not thinking about moving out of the country right now, but start looking at in what areas can you work smarter and not harder. Are you devoting more time to something just because you have the time? Are there areas, especially when it comes to your content creation, to your systems, are there areas where you can be really scaling down but still getting more done? So, here we are now. It's March 2024. Things are so much better. My business is doing great. It's exciting that I'm living somewhere else. And I do miss being able to go to certain events and etc. But you know, I kind of feel like this is a period where I'm able to really get my business running on autopilot so that when I do come back to the United States, then I can re-enter these events, you know, with this renewed sense of, it's kind of like Beyonce. You know how Beyonce takes her little sabbaticals and we don't see her or hear from her for like a year or two, and then all of a sudden she pops out? That's how I feel. Same with Rihanna, right? We don't hear her album, we don't hear anything from her for a year or two, and all of a sudden she pops out and it's like, wah! So I feel like, and she gets better during those times. I feel like that's what this is for me too. So I don't want to make this video super long. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update, but I would love for you to comment below. What do you want me to share with you about being here? I'd love to talk about the cost of living, what our, you know, day-to-day looks like, the food, the culture, how it's been with the kids. Just let me know. Just let me know. We can have a whole little series, but I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that this is what was going on. I wanted to make sure you guys had an update and that you guys see, you know, when you build a business, this is why I'm so passionate, always telling you guys, start that business. When you build a business, you can absolutely live the exact life that you want. It's got me thinking like, yes, I know I'll move back to the US, but what if the next place we go is Dubai? What if the next place we go is France, you know? You can really create the life that you want anywhere. And when you have control over your income, right, by having a business, even if it's a business in addition to your job, there's just so much more you can have, y'all. Listen, there's so much more. Comment down below, what would you guys love to know about my time living in Senegal so far? And let's get right into it. Love y'all. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.